be a sponge, and then bring the juice.
By focusing on your improvement, by focusing on your progress, and eliminating any fixed mindset that you may have and acts of perfectionism, then you encourage your own mastery.
On some level, we do what we want to do 24 hours a day. Now, sometimes it may not seem like that, but if I'm choosing to work instead of sleep, what I'm actually saying is keeping my job is more important than sleeping.
I'm tired of this. I'm tired of getting beat. What can I do to get over this hump? So mentally, that's when I kind of put that forefront, like, hey, it's either all or nothing.
I like to put failure in quotations because I don't believe that failure is true failure if you're looking at it with the right mindset.
The truth is, the journey to greatness is hard. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes focus, and every day you have to decide what you value, what you want to pursue, and what you want to achieve. And if you dig deep enough, if you push hard enough, we all have what it takes to be great. Welcome to the Edge of Greatness.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Dose. It's Friday, April 14th, and it is actually episode 75. Which is awesome. I think that's kind of incredible. I've done 75 episodes in a row, haven't missed a day. But it is time for me to take a break from this. So this will be the last Daily Dose for a little while. If you have been really enjoying these and you want this to continue, let me know and maybe we can figure something out. But for right now, there's some things that I need to focus my energy and attention on that I'm going to step away from these daily activities of presenting some tips and pointers and focus more on those things instead. I have enjoyed doing this, so I do think that something like it or similar will return in the future. I don't know if it'll be exactly the same. I'm always trying to adjust, modify, change, adapt, see what fits, see what doesn't, and this will be the same thing. You know, I'm going to look at it and I'm going to weigh the pros and cons of doing it on a daily basis versus maybe, once a month, twice a month, something like that. Or even just an additional one episode a week. So there's 2 releases instead of 6. The conversations will keep coming out. I may change the day though, because I feel like Sunday, while it works in the episode obviously doesn't go away on Monday, there tends to be more listens Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I may try some things around and play around with what works. But that is a story for another time. Let's get into the quote, because I do want to end you with a good quote, and I think that this is a great way to send you off with the final episode of the Daily Dose. So, you do not write your life with words. You write it with actions. What you think is not important, it is only important what you do. Patrick Ness. I think this is an awesome way to finish this up, because we talk a lot on here about different things to do. We speak about it, we probably write about it, we work through it, but are you living it? Are you doing it? Are you taking action on some of the things that we've talked about over the last 3.5 months? Because if you're not getting anywhere. Learning is great. Reading is awesome. Writing is fantastic. But the actions we take because of those things is even better. So if you're still waiting to take that first step, if you're still holding back, I encourage you that today's the day. Let's start doing stuff. Let's start applying the books we're reading. Let's start adding in extra pieces of forward momentum. I don't want you to stop learning. I don't want you to stop writing. I don't want you to stop speaking about the things that you know. But if you're not living the things that you're speaking about, if you're not living the things that you're writing about or learning about, you're not really getting anywhere. you have to start to do the things. And that starts with the acknowledgement that life is done through living. Not through learning, not through writing, not through speaking, not through the things that you say that you're going to do. It's the things you actually do. You know, a lot of great intentions die in our mind. Oh, I'm going to start doing this. But you never do. Today, I want you to start to do something. Think back into that head of yours and start to feel the different things that you've said. Oh, I need to do this, or I want to do that, or I'm going to do this. And pick one thing out and start doing it. I don't care what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. But it's time to take some action. It's time to start to become the person that you've said you're going to be. And I hope that this episode kind of sends you off with a big let's get moving type of mentality, that little extra mojo. Because I think that is the purpose of what I was doing. I want you to take action. These weren't just lessons and thoughts about stuff for you to ponder on and then forget. My whole reason for doing these daily doses is to give you small things that you can start to implement into your life. And so if you haven't been implementing them, go back, listen to them again, start to apply them. Don't just listen and say, yeah, that sounds great. Listen and say, yeah, okay, now what? How do I make this part of my life? How do I add this into what I do? Because if you're not doing the things, then you're not making the progress and you're not really getting anywhere. And that's the problem. So, I think that's where we're going to leave it. I think that's a good spot. I think for today, we're going to wrap this up and send you into the weekend. If you, like I said, if you really want to see these continue, let me know. Shoot me an email, send me a DM, whatever it may be, text if you have my number. And if I get enough people saying stuff, then maybe I'll keep going with this, or we'll modify it in some way and put it in a different spot. But for right now, like I said, I've got some things I want to work on. I've got some action I've got to take. And in a few weeks, few months, perhaps we'll circle back and we'll revisit these and start again. But for right now, this is me signing off from the Daily Dose. And as always, guys, keep reaching for the stars. Fall flat on your face. Remember, whenever you fall, always get up.
Thank you for joining us today on the Edge of Greatness podcast. If you haven't yet, please take a minute now to subscribe and review our show. Join us again next week as we continue to dig deeper into the key components of greatness. The path to greatness is never linear, so remember to keep pursuing greatness no matter what. Keep stretching your abilities, reach for the stars, and fall flat on your face. But remember, no matter what happens, whenever we fall, always get up. Until next time, I'm Charles Schultz, and this was the Edge of Greatness podcast.